G'day everybody. I want to talk about a house I want to build in the future if I ever get the opportunity. Design in my head. I've had it in there for years now. I tweak it all the time when I think about building my own place. And I see my place to be a place for everybody and like a church. So when I talk about I want to have a church, it's really not going to be like everybody else's church. That's why I'll be good to connect with all other churches, because I'm not there to take any way from anybody at all. I'm just here to show another way of being on this planet and another way of living, which is like a religion as I see it. So I talk about building a place like a church, but I'm not too fussed about spreading it everywhere. I'm a person who's going to build it, and if they like it, they can copy it. I'm not going to be a door knocker or anything like that. And if they want to, people that want to do things like that, that's okay. But it's not me. But anyway, besides the church designs I've talked about, I don't know if I've removed them off the internet in the down moments I have, and I do certain things. But it can always come back that later on when I get some better equipment to easily bring that back, because at the moment it's just a mission and not worth it. So it'll be easier just to make another clip, and that's what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I want to have a building that educates as well as talking about a way of living that you can live by. So you can educate. So if they don't want to live by it, they can just get educated in the animals and the planet, because it's one of my main focuses about freedom and fair justice treatment. And I want to show that, how we can do that for the animals and plants and work together a bit easier than what we're doing now in a different way. And that's what I want to show one day. And when I was just saying to people, and they laugh at me sometimes, was a design, just here's a spider one, right? I want to do this for all the animals that are around me. I won't be a zoo where I bring in animals overseas. Hopefully my point can show people what they can do with their ones overseas. Because once you can see it, they will understand. It's better than just trying to explain it like I'm doing now. Because I notice people don't understand or see the vision and how it's going to work. They go, well, it ain't going to work. So we've got to show that it can work. And when it comes to the spiders, what I'm going to do, because it's all about showing, educating, and also making money. So we probably need to make it fun, isn't it? The education needs to be fun. So I was thinking my place would be more like a fun park in a way, or a zoo in some sort of way that's fun. And it'll educate, and you can also enjoy it at the same time. So I was just talking about spiders, how when spiders build up all the time, and they find spots that where you don't like to hang out, and then they'll build up, or they'll find a little spot somewhere, and most people will suck them up in the vacuum, and kill them and stuff like that. And that's fine when it comes to the spiders, as there is lots of them. But what I want to do is that you can get the spider and bugs and all sorts of things. So I'll just give you one design and you can put it into all of them. And I'll do it with the spiders. And I like to get the spiders with a vacuum. Little, just right. I could probably turn it up a little bit, turn it down, make sure the max is right at the edge point of sucking without trying to kill them at all, right? And have the vacuum help to suck them up and go into a container. You know those type of vacuums? Because every now and then you need to clean, right? And I can do the same thing when I'm at the place to clean them up if they're getting, too many spiders, and you don't want to see spiders everywhere, right? And I can clean them up, definitely people are coming in. And I can take these spiders to Spiderland. So I'll have to have a big property and my place in the middle and a little gap in front, things to see and do and look at. And then mostly around it is going to have to be these places. And there'll be a distance, go for a 5-minute walk or something like that. And you can go visit these places, a little bit like our zoo's set up. And you'll have Spiderland, and I'll have trees all set up, all decorated, and spiders around, and make it look like Spiderland, you know what I mean? And make it so spiders love it, besides the look, so we can like it, instead of just looking like trees and then spiders everywhere. So you can try to make it look nice, so when it webs up it's not so bad looking. And then you can use this same vacuum device every now and then to clean up that, and then you can take those spiders and then transfer them somewhere else. Or if you have to, we'll have to kill them, because that's balance sometimes, and you expect to kill some when you suck them up. But I don't like killing, so I hope I can find another way to get rid of those spiders. You can sell them, you can move them to another spot, just go out bush, go for a drive. Next time you go for a drive, you take your spiders with you and just let them go, and nature will sort them out, and they'll have their chance naturally in nature. Most of them will probably die, but at least nature will do that, and birds will have their feed and everyone will do their thing. That's what I prefer to do. And you can do the same thing with beetles. You have beetle land, you can put some beetles there, you can have some lizards, and then we can have birds. The birds is where I want to have a spot where I like birds, and I like to study with birds and dance with birds, I've noticed. So I'm going to have birds connected with me and outside, so I'll have it part of my part of the building I have when it comes to the birds. But that's what you can do. If you like to connect, you have a part where it's connected to the building so they can come in or they can leave, because that's the freedom that I want to have. There'll be little sections where I habilitate, and they'll be closed off, and then when I finish habilitating and they're all good and I want to free them, I can release them into the other section where it's opened up from inside to outside, so they can come and go when they please and leave when they're ready. That's the setup I want to do. And even have a vet close if I can, or have a little vet there so I can sort out things when it comes to that, because I might have a little bit of animals around. So I've always liked animals, and that'll be a way of having them around, and they can sort of do their own thing, so it's not too costly on the land, and just be animals and just be there. Is my plan, besides the building and all the cool designs I've got for a building, and how I can educate in there too. Definitely when it comes to fish as well, and people could be able to fish there. Like people do have places to be able to fish. You'd be able to fish here, and you'd be able to eat. Have a nice barbecue area. A place to be, to feel that you're welcome, is what I want. And it'll be open 24/7 is how I want to have it too. So my place will be a centre at the same time. So I don't need to have my own separate house. That's how I see it, because I'd love to live at such a place. So. Anyway, I thought that would be two birds in one, building a house and go a little extra for the business and to show people ways and for spirituality and to connect. Anyway, have a good one. I thought I'd chuck that out, and enjoy yourselves, people. Bye-bye.